Thanks for supporting the channel by clicking the links in the description box. And thank you so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And now let's get into this podversation. What's up, everybody? We're going to have another podversation about Nene leaks. Now, we've had several so far because there's just been a number of things that have been coming out, but it has recently been reported that Nene Leakes is no longer working with her attorney and manager and PR people, and they have allegedly dropped her. I don't believe that she dropped them based on some tweets that have been happening on social media. And it's just really sad. You guys who've been listening to the podversations, you know I've already said that it's looking not good. It just doesn't look good, especially with all of this being played out on social media. And to be honest with you, before I get into the story, you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to get into the story and then I'll share my thoughts. How about that? All right. So it's been alleged that Nene Leakes has been dropped by her manager and attorney amid the fight that she is having for, quote, equality for Black women, end quotes, in reality television. So according to Love B. Scott, Nene is no longer represented by her manager, Steven Grossman, at Untitled Entertainment or repped by ICM, and she has parted ways with attorney Daryl Miller of the Fox Rothschild LLP group. And so she took to social media to call out Grossman and to rant about this so-called conspiracy against her. And according to the Jasmine brand, she stated, "You can't turn on your teammate and get away with this at Steven Grossman, hashtag Daryl Miller, hashtag Fox Rothschild, suppression, retaliation, discrimination, unequal pay, devaluation against Black women is real, it's painful, and it hurts. I will fight for all women's," and she said all women, rights. P.S. all caps, fix it. And then somebody on Twitter, they tweeted her and said, well, you tweet about the Real Housewives of Atlanta every week after the show airs on Sunday nights. So she responded, she, you know how people like to say clapped back, but I just say she responded, "I don't tweet about the show. I don't watch the show, exclamation mark. My concern is Black women treatment behind, exclamation mark. The abuse you, in all caps, do not see, which is very real. Please don't fun of it. It's very painful," Leakes replied. And then she responded, she followed up with, "Sorry about my typos. I don't tweet about the show. I do not watch the show. I don't talk about the show. And I don't talk about the girls. My concern is the treatment and abuse behind the scenes that you, in all caps, do not see. Please don't make fun of that. It's real, painful, and it's happening." But here's the thing. The Twitter user wasn't making fun of, first of all, she wasn't making, or he, I don't know if the Twitter user was a male or female, but the Twitter person who tweeted her, they weren't making fun of anything regarding discrimination or anything like that, and they weren't even making fun of her. The person was basically stating something that they see. I don't follow Nene on social media, so I can't say if it's true or not, but the person apparently follows her and says that, well, you tweet about the show every week after the show airs on Sunday night. And to be honest with you, I can believe that. And I'm not saying that the person is saying she is tweeting recaps or reviews of the show or calling out certain scenes, because I'm quite sure she's probably not doing that. I don't even take Nene as a type that would watch that show because she's not on it, because simply that's just the type of person that she has made herself seem to be, where she is just all about herself. So if she's not a part of it, she's not going to have anything to do with it, which is why I believe she is calling for this boycott of the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Bravo. And I'm sorry. It's just not credible. She says, please don't make fun of that. It's real, it's painful, and it's happening. And then she says that she has several text messages from her former co-stars from The Real Housewives of Atlanta that will support the allegations of racism at Bravo and against Andy Cohen. She says, I have numerous emails, text messages, RHOA group text, voice recordings that go back years with several S's behind it. I never got rid of anything. Fix your dirty work. Being a racist is so yesterday. Okay, here's the thing. Nene, it's just not looking good. You've been dropped by your attorney. You've been dropped by your management firm, your PR company, which, to be honest with you, I'm surprised she even has PR because, I mean, I know they can't control her. And she doesn't seem to be one that likes to be controlled. So I get that. But she has got online and she has been on the Tamron Hall show and doing this pity tour, I've called it, of allegations about how she was treated behind the scenes, how they are racist, how they are discriminating against black women. They don't treat black women the same as they treat the white counterparts and all of this stuff. And I have said, I'm not saying that discrimination does not happen at Bravo. I don't know. I don't work there. I would not be surprised if there is some favoritism going on. And I'm sorry, not all favoritism falls under the lines of racism. And some things are racism. But in this situation, I can't say that racism can be the card that is being dealt at her table, because she was the favorite for a long time. But we all know that you can have a fall from grace. You can be the favorite, the hot girl, the hot guy 1 minute, and then you're not the next. And we have also seen that in Hollywood, and I wouldn't technically call the Real Housewives of Atlanta Hollywood, but it is maybe a step below Hollywood because we're not talking about, Paramount Television or, those different big television and movie companies. We're talking about Bravo, which is a major network, but its main bread and butter, which brings them a lot of bread and butter, is reality shows. So they have been able to profit and make a lot of money because they were able to get a lot of people on over the years where they didn't really have to pay a lot of money. They never would have been able to bank the way that they were able to bank if they were producing television shows where they were hiring actual real celebrities that had resumes behind them, had experience, had credibility in acting, because it's just a whole totally different ball game when it comes to the salaries and the pay differences. So yes, Nene and other reality stars who have become popular, they have made a lot of money, but let's just be 100% real. And I'm being beautifully honest when I say this, that even if Nene was making $2 million a season, that really wasn't that much money. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't take $2 million. I would not be on a reality show. But I'm saying, I am not saying that $2 million is not a lot of money. But if you think about it, over the years, just look back to season 1 up until the last season that she was on. And you've seen her rise. You've seen her comeuppance. You've seen her come up, and now we are seeing her comeuppance, which is pretty much, we're seeing what she is receiving now as a little bit of possible karma, because I've said this before, she's thrown other women under the bus. So that's why what she's talking about now just does not seem credible when it comes to she's standing up for black women. I'm sorry, she's standing up for herself as a black woman. But getting back to what I was saying, from the first season up until now, I don't know how much she made on the first season, but I can guarantee you she wasn't making millions of dollars. Neither the second season, possibly not even the third season. That was something that she started gaining over the years, gaining more popularity, and not just her, but the show overall. Even if people may say that she was the show for many seasons, she was not the only one. She may have been the one that was just more loud and more out there. But I mean, even if you don't like her, because I don't really care for Kim Zolciak Biermann, she was somebody that was a huge draw too, because a lot of people looked at this ridiculous woman with these synthetic wigs, chain smoking cigarettes that she kept in her refrigerator with her, daughters around her. She met this guy, slept with him on the first night. They wound up getting married. She disowned her parents because they used the bathroom in her house at her wedding reception, and they wouldn't use the porta potties that she said she paid a lot of money for. She had several kids with the guy. She pulled out her IUD on, national television. Just a lot of crazy stuff that this chick has done. So a lot of people watch Kim Zolciak because she was a train wreck, and it brought a lot of money to the network. And similar to Nene, but Nene she just wasn't as interesting as Kim Zolciak Biermann. It has nothing to do with her race. It just is what it is. If you look at the life that Kim has been living, dating a guy named Big Papa that they never showed on the screen. He's giving her money to buy vehicles and to pay all of her bills and to take care of her kids and buy jewelry and all these other things. And she's, getting engaged to this guy who's still freaking married to his wife. All of the other things that she has done, that's pretty much why she got a spinoff. It has nothing to do with Kim Zolciak Biermann being a white woman and Nene Leakes being a black woman. Okay, and Candy has had some spinoffs, but they were just more like maybe 6 or 8 episodes, and the same thing for Portia Williams. But Nene got that too. She got a special when she got remarried, which, to be honest with you, I felt like that was a storyline. She ends up getting divorced from her husband she's been married to for all these years, and then they're dating again, and he proposes to her, and then they get engaged, and then they get remarried, and she gets this marriage special. I mean, she lucked up with that. I'm sorry. That was all for a storyline. They talk about now where people don't have real stories, like Giselle from The Real Housewives of Potomac, but I believe that Nene is one of the people that may have originated that. And to some people, it seemed real, but I saw it back then. I just felt like that was a storyline, and also to benefit her life as well, because she became the breadwinner. So this was a way for her to dismantle and release herself from that marriage union legally, and then get remarried and get a prenuptial agreement so that if things didn't work out, he could not get anything that she has earned and gained after, she started gaining it. So in a way, I felt like that was to benefit her life, but definitely a storyline. And I mean, it just also shows how selfish she is. That's my opinion. I believe that Nene is selfish. I believe that none of this has anything to do with anyone else but herself. And I believe that her attorney and management just pretty much got tired of it, and now they're done with her. So the fact that she thinks that she can go online and call these people out and tell them they need to fix it, and you're not going to get away with it. You can't turn on your teammate. Like, you were not their teammate. You were their client. I assume you were paying them. But you were not their teammate. And it happens all the time. If an attorney feels like they cannot help you and they cannot represent you, they're going to release you. A lot of them are not just about the money. Yeah, I know attorneys get a bad rap. I get it. I was a legal assistant for 12 years, okay? So I've seen a lot. I've experienced a lot. But if they don't feel that they can help you, a lot of them, because they're busy, they have a lot of other clients as well. You're not their only client unless you're going to a newbie who needs the experience. They have other things going on. They don't have time to waste on you, and so they would rather just release you than to continue to get billable hours off of you. So it seems that Nene is using childish tactics. Someone who's in their 50s using tactics that you see Gen Zers and millennials and these younger kids in their teens, late teens and early 20s do on social media, going back and forth. Like, who does that? Not at your age, Nene. It's just not a good look. It seems like she just needs to call this chapter a wrap and write a new chapter. She obviously has people who like her because she does have a lot of followers. Do something different. Reinvent yourself. Stop trying this boycott Bravo, boycott RHOA, they're racist. I'm sorry. It's just not believable, the things that you are bringing out. Again, I am not saying that things don't happen behind the scenes. So don't think that that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that what Nene is doing, it just does not look credible coming from her, because it looks like this is all about her once again. And she said she didn't want to do the show anymore. It's just looking very, very sad, very pathetic. And I don't know if she's going to try to keep this going, but I just believe she needs to just go ahead and let this go and take the L, if she wants to call it that, and move forward. We all have been in positions in life that were not fair. We all have been in positions in life that it seemed like somebody had the upper hand when they should not have. We all have been in positions in life that we were uncomfortable. We've all gone through some shit, period. And I just don't feel that what she is doing is giving anyone that has any positions of power the wherewithal to want to work with her. Because it's like, well, she worked with Bravo and the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Andy all those years. And now she's out here blasting them on social media. So what would make me any different if I were to give her a chance and say things didn't work out? People don't want to work with people like that. And she's not doing an age shaming thing. But let's just be honest. I'm not going to say she's too mature for that, because obviously she's not mature. She's too old for that, period. I'm being beautifully honest. You're too old for that. Move on from it and do something different. She could, you could do something different if you really wanted to. You gotta just move on. You cannot live in the past. I get it. I've been through some stuff where people just completely try to damage something that I created and that I built up that they had nothing to do with. And that hurts. It's not right. I went through what I had to go through, and I've moved on from it, and I'm continuing to move forward from it. I'm not going to stay there. You cannot grow if you are staying in the past. So that's just it for this situation. There's more that I could say, but I'm feeling some type of way right now because I just cannot believe that. I can believe that she was dropped. I could have seen it coming, honestly, but I can't believe that she thinks that going online and bashing them is going to either bring them back or have somebody else come to her rescue, because it's just not going to happen. She's completely like burning bridges. She is throwing gasoline all over those bridges and lighting matches and standing there watching the inferno. She's not even moving on from it. She's standing there watching the inferno and thinking that somebody's going to come and repair it. They can't. You've destroyed it. So those are my thoughts, guys. I would really love to know your thoughts in the comment section. So please like, comment, and subscribe to the Being Beautifully Honest channel. And guys, thank you so much. And until the next time, I'm just being beautifully honest.